got on the beat.
Got over the wire about 2 hours ago that the judge ruled in favor of the players, so the lockout is now over. So I'm hoping to be able to see some Philadelphia Eagles knocking on the door tomorrow to start training and working out in gyms. So let's hope. Sorry, it's kind of dark in here, and by the way, wearing this hat to support my Iron Pigs. I think we're 9-8 now. I didn't get to see what happened last game. I know we were 8-8. After just beating somebody, so I'm not sure if we won or not. Phillies lost last night. Sixers kept their thing alive, which you know, everybody keeps saying, you know, it doesn't really matter, they should have just lost, you know, blah blah blah. But you know, I think they're going to shock. Well, not taking this from Elton Brand, but we're going to shock the world. And you know, I'm not saying we're going to win the series. I'm not going to predict that because I don't know. You never freaking know with the Sixers nowadays. My God. But you know, I'm just hoping that we can win this. You know, we can win this series. And I feel like if we win this series, we can win the whole playoffs. Win that cup or ball. I guess it'd be ball. Sorry, I'm in Philadelphia Flyers mode. So speaking of the Flyers, they won in overtime, made it 3-3. Game 7 in Philly on Tuesday. Game, what is it, 5 of the Sixers thing is on Wednesday at 7. The Phillies play tomorrow again, probably at 9 again, like they did tonight. I'm not sure on the time of that one. You know, the Eagles training camp's coming up. Let's see, what all can we talk about? Well, there's going to be a record amount of players at the NBA, at the NFL's draft, because there's so many people that we're not sure because of free agency being dead right now, that we're not sure how many people are going to be playing, how many people aren't, everything like that. So right now, you know, everybody's just kind of playing it by ear, and out of the 32 teams, each team has like 4 or 5 people, and not all of them the same. So it's going to be tough. Do I see Cam Newton going in the top 3? Yes, however, I don't think that's going to be a good idea. I don't think he has the raw ability or work ethic to become the best player that everybody thinks he's going to become. He's got great, fantastic talent, but he isn't a NFL caliber quarterback. The way he plays his game, the way a championship quarterback plays their game is a lot different. That's why Michael Vick never won a Super Bowl. That's why Vince Young never won a Super Bowl. That's why there's a couple players that I can name. Randall Cunningham, just from the Eagles, there's 3 or 4 that's why they didn't win Super Bowls. Warren Moon, going back all the way back to the Vikings. I mean, he was a fantastic player. 100 touchdowns, 100 interceptions in his career. That's pretty darn good. The 100 interceptions part isn't, but I mean, he's one of the better passers of their time, and you know, he never won a Super Bowl. He scrambled, and the Eagles, Randall Cunningham, quarterback probably some of their more talented teams up until, you know, now, and never won a Super Bowl. It's it just really, you got to look at the players like you know, Ben Roethlisberger, a 2-time Super Bowl champion. You got Aaron Rodgers, 1-time Super Bowl champion. You got Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. None of these quarterbacks run. None of them. I mean, they'll run, they get a first down if they need to, but they're passing quarterbacks, and that's how it is. I mean, Steve Young used to run the football pretty well, you know, all the people back then, but that's back then. I mean, look at Kurt Warner, one of the best, probably one of the most potent passing offenses ever run in history. And they didn't win a Super Bowl, but I mean, he wasn't a runner. I mean, just about every Super Bowl that you can go back the last 10 Super Bowls. I mean, you look at Eli Manning, Peyton Manning. Who won that year? Well, Tom Brady's won 3 times in the last 10. You know, Ben Roethlisberger, obviously, Aaron Rodgers. You know, you look at all these quarterbacks, none of them are runners. So, I mean, it's tough to have a quarterback that runs the football nowadays. They're trying it out with Tim Tebow, and hasn't really worked too well. But, you know, everybody's going to continuously say that Cam Newton's going in top 3, but, you know, in the end, he's either going to go in the top 3, and then everybody's going to say, you know, he shouldn't have, or he's not going to go in the top 3, and then somehow he's going to freaking become the best passer in NFL history and freaking break all kinds of records. But, you know, isn't that funny how that happens? But, you know, there's a lot of players in the draft this year. It's a defensive draft. There's some great offensive players, but, I mean, just defensive name after defensive name. And, oh, good. But, you know, it's just tough that there's no free agency, because I think that's really going to screw up teams like, you know, like the Eagles and the Steelers and teams that don't really need a lot of help in the draft, but, you know, they would much rather have like 1 or 2 veteran presences on their team. The Sixers, then you got this upcoming draft. They are very young. They got like half their team is under 20 or 24 under, and some of their oldest players are, you know, Elton Brand's I think their oldest player at 28. I think he's 28. You got Iggy, who's 26. You know, so you got all these players that are young, and then the Flyers. I mean, with Chris Pronger coming back now, I think we really have a chance to show them that you know, them coming after us and trying to hit us and thinking that they can hang with, you know, the Broad Street Bullies isn't going to really happen. And that's, you know, you see all these players, Pominville and all these other players getting injured every game. And I don't think that the coach, Cindy Ruff or whatever his freaking name is, understands that when you go toe-to-toe with a team that's more powerful and hits harder than you guys, that if you try to hit them, you're going to get hurt. And especially him who bullcraps and talks all this crap about people and tries to get the team that they're playing against all caught up in the media. Well, that's not going to happen with the Flyers. I mean, it happened once before when we had a different coach. It's not going to happen now. Tampa Bay Lightning are looking really good. I'm praying to God that the Blackhawks lose. I can't stand the Blackhawks as much as I'd like to see them get to the championship against the Flyers so that we can get some payback. I'd rather have them lose in the first round so I can laugh at them. But you know, the Heat are looking great. As much as I'm a Sixers fan, the Heat are looking very good. The Lakers, I mean, they won, but they're up what, 3-2 I think now in that series, and I don't know. I mean, no, actually I think it's 2-2. Actually, I'm sorry. I forgot Chris Paul tore him up in Game 4. But Chris Paul's looking fantastic. He just needs some backup help. You know, he can't pull a triple-double every game. And then you got who else is looking good? OKC. The Thunder are looking fantastic. Everybody knows that with Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, that they're going to go pretty deep, as deep as they can go if they can finish off this series. Trailblazers, I think, are going to surprise a lot of people and win this series out. The Celtics, obviously, you know, they weren't picked to lose, and the Knicks gave them a fight, but they never really deserved to be in that series. The Spurs are doing good, but they're not doing great, obviously. Pretty sure they're losing that. No, yeah, actually that's Dallas Mavericks that are losing their series 3-1. So, you know, it's tough. Sports is looking, what do I say, this dull, I guess, right now, because not really that the higher ranking teams are winning all the games. It's just that you know, going into a series which team is going to win, and that team ends up winning. You know, it stinks because being a Sixers fan, you kind of thought about it right away and you were like, this team is going to win. But it's tough on all sports right now. I mean, who knows if football is going to end. They appealed it, and hopefully in the next 48 hours that can get shot down too, because if that gets shot down, then hopefully free agency will be up either on draft day or right before it. So fingers crossed on that one. Then you got baseball, which it's in its small beginning here, but it's already looking out to be a pretty mediocre season. In the NL at least. The AL looks like there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be really like dark horse, behind the scenes type of teams, like the Angels and the Indians. Like the Indians and the Angels. Indians should go first since they're better. But there's a lot of teams that are really looking big in the AL that everybody thought were going to be mediocre teams at the most. But in the NL, the Phillies, the Cincinnati Reds, all these teams that have been leading their divisions every year for the last like 2-3 years, they're all once again leading their divisions. So just keep in tune. I would like to give a shout out to my friend Sherry. She is going to get a job interview tomorrow morning, or this morning. So I'm hoping that she can get that. Just figured I'd give her a YouTube shout out. I don't know why, but I also want to give a shout out to everybody that everybody in the mediation rooms for the NFL. Hopefully you guys can get this done. We're all looking forward to it, and we'd love to see the games start on time. And only 16. We don't want this 18 bullcrap with only 2 preseason games. Because college students like me, we'd rather go to a preseason game where we can actually afford to go, other than going to a normal regular season game that costs like $80. I'd rather go to a preseason game that costs $15. But I'll keep you all posted. I'm probably gonna do a video later on today, just talk about some more stuff. Alright, thank you guys for watching. This is Daily Sports and Life, and I'm out.